Welcome to Worthington Home. I'm Chris. I'm not actually in Worthington Home today. I'm at a condominium in Rhode Island because Eric and I have been working on an online auction that is going to take place through Clearinghouse Estate Sales. So we have been very busy going through this place, cataloging everything, taking lots of pictures, and getting ready to launch the sale, which we hope to do in a week or so. We'll see how it goes. The closing on this place is at the end of this month, so we have some time, but not all of the time. But anyway, I thought it might be interesting to show you some of the things that will be available for the auction. So right off the bat, you're gonna notice these blue stickers right on top of everything. It's actually just painter's tape. We use painter's tape because it comes right off and it won't damage any of the items, none of the paint, or cause any kinds of issues for books. And it helps us keep track of things so that we know what was listed and where we can find stuff. But you can see there's some cute little Hummels behind the tape. And there's lots of really pretty porcelain pieces. Check out these teacup and saucer sets. I'll show you, this one is particularly nice. A lot of these are Shelley, like this one, which I love. And there's some old books, not too many. These are just gorgeous. And these pretty little vases. There's more teacups over here with saucers. We've got a little bit of Christmas stuff, not very much. Some blue and white plates. You've got lots of these made in Copenhagen plates. And just kinds of all sorts of various pieces. These plates are really pretty too. So that was kind of the dining room section. We've got some nice Wedgwood also. So I'll show you some of the things that we've listed in the kitchen as well. We've been cataloging all of this stuff. You can see that this family had lots of beautiful cut glass pieces and crystal and pretty glassware. And if you've watched this channel before, you know that I love clear glass. And they've got lots of it. Check out the cute little bunny with the painter's tape on his head. There's a tea set here. We've got a little ceramic sheep and a chicken. You can hear Eric in the background. He's working on some electronic stuff. And then this is just kitchen. Over here we have some more things that have been listed. These plates are so pretty. Unfortunately, they have a lot of paint loss around the rim. And these are ice cream sundae glasses that are really nice. And again, with the cut glass, there's a lot of it. This is a pretty piece made in Sweden. This sugar and creamer set is surprisingly chunky and heavy. So all of this was listed. Then we have some furniture that we've listed, like this chair, the sofa, and the table. The TV, not the cabinet, it's not in good shape. These tables. And there's been lots of artwork as well. I'll show you some more of that in the other room. This big painting. One of the sons of the owner is a very accomplished regional painter, so he's done some of these. And actually one of the owners did some painting here as well. See, oh, I know there's a big stack I can show you over here. These are just all really, this is a nice one. It's so nice and big. And some other little objects that have been listed. These are little tray coffee tables and some chairs. This sofa was listed on this nice big secretary. This is stuff that is in a discard pile because it's been chipped or damaged or dented or just generally isn't good enough for sale. Today I need to list the rest of this glassware in crystal. So I'll do that. Eric is pulling out a stereo system and there's some CDs, mostly classical music, that we need to list. And I'll show you some of the other things as well. By the way, here is the kitchen. This condo just sold for $750,000, which is quite a nice sum, if you ask me. In this room, we have some figures, some like little carolers. Let me see if I can get this open. We need to get these all listed today. And this little bedroom set. And the bureau. A lamp in the chair. It's a very pretty view. You can see they have a nice little deck. There's a gazebo out here. I don't know if you can see it too well. It's in the background. This is a whole little condo complex. What's nice about it is that there's a lot of shopping and restaurants and things within walking distance here. So I'm told this is a very coveted area to live in. And so of course, that's all good from a real estate point of view. I'm gonna show you the upstairs really quickly. A lot of this is emptied because the family has already taken a lot of stuff. There were 3 direct descendants as well as grandchildren. So things have gone to good places. And that's always nice. Here's some great rattan furniture. I would imagine that this will sell, but we'll find out. And from up here, you can see the first floor. There were some books and things in here. And a bed. There's the mattress. You can see how cleaned out it is. And the elderly couple that was living here, they had downsized originally to come to this place. So it wasn't packed the way some homes can be for folks that have lived in a place for, you know, their whole lives. How cute is this little set? Little trains and some little doll furniture. So you can see this isn't going to be a massive sale, but there are some nice things and we're excited to give it a try. So that's where we are so far. For today, I'm going to do the rest of the listing. Eric is going to do listing as well. And we're hoping to finish up in a couple of hours, but of course we'll stay until it's done. So I wanted to show you all the progress we made, but now that I'm looking at this footage, I realize it looks slightly like a crime scene. Oh my goodness, that was not intentional. What we did was we saran wrapped lot items together just so it would be less confusing when we actually distribute our items after the sale. So things are put together in kind of a funny way. It makes sense to us. It doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense if you just look at it with fresh eyes. But the point is to make it as easy as possible after the sale when people come to collect their items so we can make sure everybody gets the exact right things they purchased. So we're home now, and I thought it would be interesting to walk you through the process of this online estate sale / auction. And as I do, I'm gonna put on the screen some of my favorite items that are being auctioned, just so you can see them in more detail. So here we go. So this all started a while back when Eric's friend Greg contacted him and asked for some advice about how to manage his parents' estate, which is in Rhode Island. Just for a reference, it was about 90 minutes away from where we live in Connecticut. Anyway, his parents were headed to assisted living and were ready to part with most of their belongings.
So Eric gave Greg some advice and purchased some things from the estate outright. I included that haul in one of my past videos, which I'll link in the description box in case you want to check it out. Anyway, the family members took lots of things and everything else needed to go. Greg agreed to let us coordinate an online estate sale to make this happen. So we decided it would make the most sense to use Clearinghouse Estate Sales, which is part of Auction Ninja. The benefit is that buyers have to come to the estate to pick up the items, so that lets us sell bigger things like furniture that, we just can't ship, or maybe we could ship, but it would be prohibitively expensive. So I contacted Clearinghouse to set this all up, and they were very responsive and helpful. I had 2 brief Zoom calls with representatives from the company, and let me tell you, they did not waste my time, which I really appreciated. They were super informative and efficient. I watched a few brief training videos on YouTube that they recommended, and then I was good to go. When we arrived at the estate, we originally thought we would only need a few hours to take care of everything, but boy, were we wrong. In a nutshell, each item needed to be photographed, and then we needed to take some notes about it so we could catalog it in Auction Ninja, which is the software system, later on when we got home. Then we put a tag on each item to track its item number and placed it in a particular part of the house so we could easily retrieve it once it's sold. It seemed so straightforward, but even in a downsized condo, this took many hours, and we ultimately needed 2 full days to get it all done. When we got home, I edited the photographs to make sure the items were the correct size. Then I downloaded them and cataloged them with a description in the software system. This took me about 2.5 days just because there were so many items. The software system was super easy to use. I can't say enough about it. And this video isn't sponsored, by the way. It was much faster than listing things on eBay. And as I became more practiced, my speed increased. And eventually I got it all done. Once I was finished, I sent an email to Clearinghouse, and within a few hours, they made it go live. So it was really simple. And I have to tell you, it is very cool to see the auction all put together and live on the site. I'm very pleased with how it came out, although in all honesty, I would do some things differently next time. First of all, I would have taken many more measurements of items. While we did some measurements, we sometimes skip that step, and I think it's an important one for the buyer. In fairness to us, we were trying to juggle so many new things, and we were so overly tired and done. We just sometimes dropped the ball on that, but I will definitely be super savvy about that next time. Second, I think I would have split this auction into 2 parts. I could have listed up to 500 items, and I only listed 327, but I think that's a lot for a potential seller to scroll through. We'll see how it goes. I might be overthinking it. Third, I might have grouped more items into lots so there were fewer individual listings. We did more of this on the second day. It's a dilemma because I don't want to shortchange individual items or cause people to buy more items than they want only to get the specific one they're after. But on the other hand, some of the objects didn't really stand alone that well. So that's a thinker. The one thing that's a little bit hard is that all the auction items have to start at $0. You can only put a reserve price on up to 5 items. I have this fear that beautiful and valuable things will be purchased for like really lowball prices. But Clearinghouse reps have assured me that within the big picture of the sale, it will all fall within fair market value. I do believe them, but it does make me a little bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie. As I reflect on this experience, I feel very grateful that our first online estate sale was for a friend who was very mellow about the whole thing. This really took some pressure off us as we learned the system and gained some experience. He didn't especially care if things sold or not. That didn't mean we didn't take this sale very seriously. We did, and we hope it's a success. And I'm sure if it's a success, Greg will be thrilled. We'll see. By the way, if you decide to check out the auction and find something you love but don't live nearby, let us know. We're willing to ship some smaller items. I've reached out to Clearinghouse for more information about this because we've already had some questions about it.
So I hope you enjoyed coming along with me through the process of doing this first online estate sale, which is really functioning like an auction. It was a really positive experience for us, and I thought you might get a kick out of seeing sort of the behind the scenes of it all. So if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for a thrifting video. Bye for now.